crazy vegans who went out, got their boobs out, wrote stuff on them, held up signs. Some people have criticized activists for doing this, saying that they're using their bodies, using sex to gain attention for the animals. Hey, it's David here at Skinny Vegan Fitness. Welcome back to another 5-Minute Friday. We're going to go through some of the most interesting stories from the past week or so that are related to veganism and animal rights. If it's your first time here, don't forget to subscribe and hit that notification bell so you get notified of all new videos in the future. Don't forget, as you watch the video, to leave a comment and let me know what's going through your mind. Got some interesting stuff, some controversial stuff. We've got crazy vegans, or maybe you don't think they're crazy. Let's wait and see. We've got some really inspiring and really good stories too, some good news stories that I hope they're going to inspire you to go out and do some awesome things for the animals. I won't keep you waiting anymore. Let's start with the video. Let's put 5 minutes on the clock. Let's kick off with the first story of this week's 5-Minute Friday. The Beat has done a really cool article which lists 10 awesome black Instagram influencers that are obviously vegan and plant-based Instagram influencers. It's a really nice article which shows you some really cool bloggers, mainly people who are doing lifestyle stuff, so like plant-based lifestyle stuff like cooking and recipes and stuff. There are some that talk about ethics and talk about the animals too. Some really inspiring people. I follow at least 2 of them, either here on YouTube or on Instagram. Go and check those out. Share some of the love. An Atlanta vegan restaurant is giving over 1,000 vegan meals to people that really need it right now in these really tough times. They're giving them out to the young people and the senior people in their local community. They're called the Atlanta Small Vegan Business Collective, and I think that's amazing. There's another awesome campaign called Food Love by an organization called Might Be Vegan. They are actually giving plant-based, healthy plant-based meals to black, brown, and low-income families. They found that black and brown people have been the most adversely affected by the COVID-19 crisis, so they're making an extra effort to get healthy plant-based meals to those individuals and low-income individuals so that they can improve their immunity by eating healthy plant-based meals. 2 awesome, really good news stories there. PETA has had a big win this week. They managed to get GlaxoSmithKline to stop doing a certain type of animal testing on rats. I only learned about this yesterday. I can't even believe this happened. They were drowning rats on purpose, rats and mice on purpose, to do some kind of study on depression medication. It doesn't make any sense, and if you look into it, it makes even less sense. PETA was able to meet up with GlaxoSmithKline and a lot of other companies that were doing these tests over the past year or so, or even longer, and they've got a lot of them to stop doing it. It's a small win in a massive battle against animal testing, but it's a win nonetheless. This was achieved through literally thousands and thousands of people campaigning, signing petitions, pressuring these companies. So when you next see a campaign or a petition, just sign it. You never know. Your signature, your effort, you could be the one that makes the difference. Very quick story here. I just really liked this. It popped up and I thought, wow, this is really cool. A shop that used to be a butcher's in Toronto is turning into a vegan deli. Somebody has bought the property that used to be a butcher's shop and they're turning it into a vegan deli. They said, imagine the kind of deli you see in the supermarket where all the meat and stuff, imagine that, but all vegan. So they're going to create that, turn that building of suffering and pain and torture into something that is the complete opposite. Fantastic, lovely, good news story. Finally, we're on to the final story. Those crazy vegans who went out, got their boobs out, wrote stuff on them, held up signs, all to raise awareness of the dairy industry. They did this for Mother's Day in France to raise awareness of the forgotten mothers. For those cows, those mother cows that are never acknowledged as mothers, even though that is what they are. They take their babies away from them, they take their milk from them, they use their bodies. It's really disgusting and really sad. Some people have criticized activists for doing this, saying that they're using their bodies, using sex to gain attention for the animals. The way I see it is that these women that went out to do this, they had the choice to do that, and that is what is important. Like, it's their free will. They can choose to do whatever they want with their bodies, and in this case, they've chosen to use their bodies to raise awareness for the cows and the dairy industry. If one were to say that they're not allowed to do that, then isn't that actually undoing the work that has been done over many years to give women the freedom to choose to do that? If you take that freedom away by calling them names and saying that they shouldn't do it, then are you not oppressing their right to do what they want with their own bodies? I am fully supportive of this type of action. I think women and men can choose to do whatever they want with their bodies. If they want to be naked for the animals, they can be naked for the animals. If they want to write things on their naked bodies and go outside and do it for then they can do that for the animals. We can argue about whether it's effective or not, for sure, but whether they should do it or not, whether it's somehow sexist or whether it's somehow wrong, I don't think that's really an argument for us to have. I mean, those individuals can do what they want, it's their bodies. But considering whether this is right or effective, or both, what they're talking about is 100% right. They're talking about the dairy industry, and it is directly linked with things like Mother's Day, where we're celebrating mothers. Well, these animals are also mothers. And it's directly linked in with the human female body because a lot of people fight so that female humans don't face oppression and don't face exploitation and their bodies are their own. But then these same individuals will go and pay for the body of another female of another species to be abused, exploited, and to make their bodies not their own. It's absolutely relevant and it's the right thing to do. And is it effective? I think it's absolutely effective. There are news reports on this that are unbiased. They've just reported what's happening. The fact that this got in the news and that some news channels are reporting it in an unbiased way tells me that it is effective because it's getting out to a wide range of people, to a lot of people, and it's an unbiased, informative message that has some really strong statements. I'll read some of those out to you now. With slogans like milk equals cruelty and not your mother, not your milk painted on their chests and bellies, the PETA activists said they wanted to draw attention to the suffering of cows whose calves are taken away at birth so that they can produce milk for the farms. They also said that people think of human mothers' bonds with their children, but animals are also strongly bonded with their offspring, and no industry has exploited that bond on a larger scale than the dairy industry. There is no need to drink milk, as there are many plant-based alternatives such as soy milk, oat milk, and milk made from rice, spelt almonds, and cashews. And I do have another quote from somebody who's kind of against this, somebody speaking on behalf of the dairy industry, but I think you can't really debunk that. I mean, this is just reality. Like, this individual says a few things about how it's necessary to separate the calves or whatever, trying to justify what they do with those cows, saying it's for sanitary reasons and things like that. The usual stuff we hear from the dairy industry that we know is absolute nonsense. That article is in the description, you can check it out. It is quite an unbiased article. As I said, the fact that these articles are covering this makes it that it is effective. It catches people's attention, makes people look twice, obviously. It makes a lot of people look to see like what the hell's going on over there, and then they read the signs. I think it's really effective. And that brings us to the end of this week's 5 Minute Friday. It wasn't the longest 5 Minute Friday I've done recently. I think this one's a bit shorter than normal, so that's cool. We're getting closer to 5 minutes. Which of the stories was most interesting for you? Let me know in the comments now. Don't leave before making a comment. I want to know what you think. Give me a like, hit that subscribe button, hit that notification bell so you can see the next video that comes out. It comes straight to your homepage and you don't have to sit there scrolling through trying to find my videos, as I'm sure you all do. Right? If you enjoy watching my videos, please do consider supporting me by joining my Patreon team. You can get some cool stuff like free t-shirts and free bags. Go and check it out at patreon.com/David Ramsden. If you are interested in t-shirts, bags, hoodies, really cool new vegan designs, get over to skinnyveganfitness.com and check out the new Skinny Vegan Fitness store. Loads of really cool stuff on there for you to go and see. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.